Vechain value equivalent to 0.60 and 559 rands a coin. The present cost range at 6,315 was 6,620. The earlier day closed at 6,516. The change was plus for 3, plus to 66%. Converse rate, ZAR to VET. Vechain cost expectation for September 2024. In the first place, cost at 36 rands. Exorbitant costs on 45, while low costs at 36. They found the middle value of costs on 40. Vechain cost estimate toward the month's ends on 42. Change for September 16.7%. Vechain estimate for October 2024. First and foremost cost at 42 rands. Exorbitant costs on 46, while low costs on 40. They found the middle value of costs on 43. Vechain cost estimate toward the month's ends on 43. Change for October 24%. Vechain cost expectation for November 2024. First and foremost cost at on 43 rands. Excessive costs 54, while low costs on 43. They arrived at the midpoint of cost on 48. Vechain cost conjectured toward the month's ends at 50. Change for November 16.3%. Vechain conjecture for December 2024. Before all else cost at 0.50 rands. Excessive costs on 61, while low costs at 50. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 55. Vechain cost conjecture toward the month's ends on 57. Change for December 14%. Vechain cost expectation for January 2025. Before all else cost at 0.57 rands. Excessive costs are 65, while low costs at 57. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of 60. Vechain cost conjecture toward the month's endpoint 61. Change for January 7%. Vechain conjecture for February 2025. At the outset cost at 0.61 rands. Excessive costs are 73, while low costs are 61. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 66. Vechain cost conjecture toward the month's end on 68. Change for February 11.5%. Vechain cost expectation for Walk 2025. At the outset cost at 0.68 rands. Excessive cost 0.68, while low costs are 57. They arrived at the midpoint of cost on 64. Vechain cost figure toward the month's end 0.61. Change for spring 10.3%. Vechain figure for April 2025. Initially cost at 0.61 rands. Excessive cost 0.61, while low costs 51. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 57. Vechain cost figure toward the month's ends on 55. Change for April 9.8%. Vechain cost expectation for May 2025. Before all else cost at 0.55 rands. Excessive costs 55, while low costs on 47. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of 52. Vechain cost conjecture toward the month's ends of 51. Change for May 7.3%. Vechain conjecture for June 2025. Before all else cost at 0.51 rands. Excessive costs 54, while low costs on 47. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 51. Vechain cost conjecture toward the month's ends and 50. Change for June 2%. Vechain cost expectation for July 2025. At the outset cost at 0.50 rands. Excessive costs of 52, while low costs of 46. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 49. Vechain cost conjecture toward the month's ends on 49. Change for July 2%. Vechain figure for August 2025. Initially cost at 49 rands. Excessive costs of 54, while low costs on 47. They arrived at the midpoint of costs at 50. Vechain cost figure toward the month's ends and 50. Change for August 2%. Vechain cost expectation for September 2025. Initially cost at 0.50 rands. Excessive cost 0.62, while low costs are 50. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of 55. Vechain cost figure toward the month's ends and 58. Change for September 16%. Vechain figure for October 2025. Before all else cost at 0.58 rands. Excessive cost on 72, while low costs are 58. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 64. Vechain cost figure toward the month's end 0.67. Change for October 15.5%. Vechain cost expectation for November 2025. Before all else cost at 0.67 rands. Excessive costs 73, while low costs are 63. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.68. Vechain cost gauge toward the month's end 0.68. Change for November 15%. Vechain figure for December 2025. Initially cost at 0.68 rands. Excessive cost 74, while low cost to 64. The arrived at the midpoint of costs and 69. Vechain cost figure toward the month's end or 69. Change for December 15%. Vechain cost expectation for January 2026. Before all else cost at 0.69 rands. Excessive cost 177, while low cost 167. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 171. Vechain cost figure toward the month's end 172. Change for January 3%. Vechain gauge for February 2026. To start with cost at 172 rands. Exorbitant cost 278, while low cost 268. They found the middle value of cost 0.73. Vechain cost gauge toward the month's end 0.73. Change for February 14%. Vechain cost expectation for walk 2026. To start with cost at 0.73 rands. Exorbitant cost 173, while low costs are 62. They found the middle value of cost 0.69. Vechain cost gauge toward the month's end 0.67. Change for spring 82%. Vechain gauge for April 2026. In the first place cost at 0.67 rands. Exorbitant costs 83, while low cost 0.67. They found the middle value of cost 0.74. Vechain cost gauge toward the month's end for 78. Change for April 16.4%. Vechain cost expectation for May 2026. At the outset cost at 0.78 rands. Excessive costs 85, while low cost 273. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.79. Vechain cost figure toward the month's end 0.79. Change for May 13%. Vechain gauge for June 2026. In the first place cost at 0.79 rands. Exorbitant costs 86, while low cost 0.74. They found the middle value of costs 80. Vechain cost estimate toward the month's ends 80. Change for June 13%. Vechain cost expectation for July 2026. First and foremost cost at 0.80 rands. Exorbitant cost 287, while low cost 275. They found the middle value of cost 281. Vechain cost estimate toward the month's ends 81. Change for July 13%. Vechain estimate for August 2026. First and foremost cost at 81 rands. Exorbitant cost 101, while low costs 81. They found the middle value of costs 89. Vechain cost estimate toward the month's end 94. Change for August 16%. Vechain cost expectation for September 2026. In the first place cost at 94 rands. Exorbitant cost 98, while low costs 86. They found the middle value of cost 190.